Welcome, guys, to another episode of Tier Maker. Sorry if I sound a little bit tired. I just got back from a trip that we got home pretty late from. But yeah, anyways, today we are ranking donuts. I'm surprised I haven't done this one yet. I had to actually check to make sure I didn't because I could have sworn I did, but it turns out no, I didn't. But yeah, without any further ado, let's get started with chocolate cake. Arguably one of the worst donuts. It's just like I don't like the texture of cake donuts. It's just like the harder outer shell-ish thing with like the cake in the inside, and it's always just so dry. I don't like it. F tier. Actually, no, we'll leave it D tier. Next up, crumble cake. Exactly what I told you before, but I don't know. The chocolate donut part is kind of like throws me off a little bit too, because I don't really like things that are too chocolatey, like chocolate donuts or like chocolate ice cream. That's just too much. So I'll put this one in C tier. Next up, custard filled. I'm gonna have to put it in A tier. It's just good. It's just like I mean, depending on like what's inside of it. If it's like I don't know, like what do they normally put? I don't know what they actually put inside of it. Like I don't know. Oh yeah, the custard. But I don't know. Depending on what's inside, it's good. But sometimes if it's like jam, then it's not very good. But next up, plain cake. It's like again, I don't really like the cake ones. I'll put it in C tier. Next up, cereal. That's just a heart attack waiting to happen. I have not tried it, but I don't need to try it to know that it's not good. D tier. See, next up, chocolate bar. There's one bar that I like more. Again, the chocolate part's not my favorite, but it's one of the more acceptable chocolate ones. So I'll put it in B tier. Next up, glazed chocolate. I'll put it in. I'll put it in C tier. Next up, one that used to be one of my favorites actually. I know I'm saying that chocolate's not my favorite, but chocolate sprinkles. This was Little Me's favorite. Okay, I have to respect Little Me's opinion and put it in B tier. Next up, cinnamon roll. I don't really think it's classified as a donut, but like, sure, A tier. Next up, cinnamon sugar cake. Again, the cake ones are just no. Coconut. Yeah, it's just. I'm depending on like. Okay. Depending on what's holding the coconut on, really depends if it's good. Because if it's like, I don't know, if it's just like a basic glaze that's holding it on, that could be pretty good. But like, if it, I don't know, I'll give it C tier. Next up, any kind of croissant. Croissants are pretty good. I went to this one place that I may have mentioned this in the past actually. I went to this one place that has a really good thing called a rose croissant. It was I have no idea what it's made out of, but it's pretty good. I'll give it A tier. Next up, again with the cake. I don't know why they're putting so many cake donuts. They're not good. Next up, come on. Plain glazed is just so it's hard to beat plain glazed. There's only like a few donuts that'll go up there with it, but it's pretty good. And next up, another S tier glazed twist. It's just like it has all the twists, it has all the turns. It's neat. It's cool. I like it. Next up, powdered apple spice. It's just like I don't know. I haven't tried it before, but it sounds pretty good. I'll give it B tier. Next up, maple bar S. It's been one of my favorites for a while. It's like it has the maple, but there's not like too much maple. It has like a good ratio of like maple to donut. It's pretty good. Next up, old fashioned glazed. Again, it's just like it's kind of like the cake ones. I don't really like it. D tier. Next up, strawberry sprinkle. I always went for this, but like the chocolate one. So I don't know. It doesn't look like it should be like eaten at all. I'll give it C tier. See, next up, powdered jelly. Again, like I said earlier, I don't really think jelly belongs in donuts. It's just like it doesn't sound like it should be in a donut. But I don't know. I'll give it C tier. I swear, I'm giving like oh like we have a pretty even amount in everything, and then there's just C tier with twice as much stuff. But I don't know. Let's see. Sugar dusted. It's like I don't know, it's like very plain, it's very boring. There's nothing like adding good flavor to it. D tier. See next, sugar twists. I don't know, it doesn't have the glaze. I really like if you put glaze on a donut, it makes it like really really good. Unless if it's chocolate, then yeah. I'll give it D tier. Next up, powdered jelly. You just put all the worst parts of a donut into one donut, and it is just not it's just not working. F tier. See next, vanilla sprinkles. I've never once heard of vanilla sprinkles, but that does not look appetizing. It looks like you put like gravy with pepper on a donut. I don't think that I like how that looks. I think just basing it purely off of looks, I have to give it F tier. Let's see. Next up, apple critter, apple something. It's all right. It's like it's not the best. It's not the worst. I'll give it C tier. But yeah, that'll be it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and goodbye.